there. Welcome, all you role players, you gamers, you geeks, you freaks, and everybody in between. And all these people sitting at my fine table are one of those, just like the rest of you, and just like me. And welcome to another episode of Southern Expanse, our homebrewed uh, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign set in the world of Oiala-ndor along the coast of the Southern Expanse, and it following our cast here, who is or are a band of pirates from the ship the Tainted Heart. Currently, they are ashore, and they are um, ex- exploring a wooded area that doesn't look too pleasing, but they are in search of a ornate piece of um, sentimental armor for a friend of the character Nachfin's, and that is what they're doing there, and why they're not on the ship. And the ship's being repaired at the moment anyway, so it does give them some time ashore. So we are going to do a quick sound check here because I want to make sure that everybody. I know we've had issues. We are probably going to have a few more issues this evening than usual, simply because we've had to once again switch over some platforms just to keep things financially secure for us and as stable as possible. So yeah, we're all here. So is everybody out there? Let's start. How do we got? We got. You'll give. We'll get just a check from each of our players. So we'll start off with yeah. You know what? You smiled first, Daksha. So we're going to start off with just a check from you.
Well, how do I sound? Pretty good, I hope.
Yeah, everything seems good. I think the sound might be sadly a little off, balance for us, but I'm sure someone in our chat community will tell. And if that's the case, I don't know what we can necessarily do about that, but we will we'll see what we can do. How about you, Nachfin?
Check, Mike. 1, 2, toast.
You're good. You're really good, my friend. And Gabriele. No, I don't hear you. Oh, there you are.
There. Oh, dear. I'm not muted.
No, you're there. I hear you now.
There? Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Just a quick check. We're good. We'll leave it at that. And Tinkle?
Of course I'm here.
Okay, so we got you there too. And Whistler. All right, that's yeah, we're good. Well, once we start once you do talk, it'll be really loud. And John is currently not at his station, but when he comes back, we'll do that. And we're gonna just for that, he is last in our sitting initiative, which is what we started last episode, and we're gonna do that again with a sitting initiative. So we're gonna have you each roll a 20-sided dice, and yes, you can add your normal initiative reaction modifier to this, but this will be your sitting initiative. So this is while we're not engaged in actual combat. All right. So, and for this episode, John will be last. So, other than that, let's do some rolls, and I will ask you all what they are momentarily here. I'm just preparing my sheet. Daksha.
17.
17 for Doc. Very good. And Nachfin?
12.
12. Okay, and Gabriele?
24.
Very nice.
Nice. And Tinkle?
I just had to go to that 20, huh?
19.
19. And Whistler?
18.
And
I got to clean up all of your mess.
John's a 1. Okay, so we've got to start off where Gabrielle, you will be starting things off on a regular basis for this episode, and then you'll be followed by Tinkle, and Tinkle will be followed by Whistler, and Whistler will be followed by Daksha, and then Nachfin, and then John. Very good. All right. So that pretty much sums up how we're going to do the sitting order. So what had happened last episode is after we got everything cleared up with the captain and any misunderstandings from the mission the night before, which was to follow Matteo, Martio. Sorry, I keep getting it, forgetting the R. Martio. We follow Martio from the kitchen of his job to where he was meeting some individuals out in the woods who were just camping, and as far as you were able to tell, and there was misunderstanding. And either way, it's fine. You did get some information that proved useful. Taking it back to the captain, she did give you all the go ahead that you are clear to begin. Or traveling up the road a little bit towards Pine Pass, another village up a little bit north of where you are, because that is where you heard that the individual that might know about the armor or even have the armor was headed towards. He wasn't in Pine Pass, but he was on the road to Pine Pass. So and that's the road you've been following. And while you're following the road, you did see kind of a kill site, a carcass off to the left-hand side of the road in a clearing. And there was drag marks across the road into the nearby woods. And the prints that were left behind were ape prints. Not a giant ape, just of an ape. And I mean, an ape is big enough as it is. But that, as far as those of you from this region that have dealt with apes in the past, you learn that this is not their common behavior to leave their sanctuary, their safety of the trees, and then to cross over a known travel road and to perform the kill that they did and then drag it back with them. Just something seemed a little bit odd about all the way that played out. So you did follow them into the woods, and you were several hours in, into the wood. Actually, probably almost the end of the days in, when you came across a creek, and then just ahead, beside the creek, was some overgrown ruins of some kind, and that is where we ended the episode. So, to start off this episode, Lorelai.
Oh dear. If I remember correctly, they ended a check and the trees are cursed or something.
The area itself of the woods that you're in, it really seemed like the ground itself was cursed. The trees were twisted and just deformed. A lot of them were barren. It really looked unnatural, and even the way the vines are growing over those ruins ahead, it really looks like this is not a pleasant place. Or maybe something happened here in the past. Maybe something's happening right now. You're not sure.
Can I do like an Arcana check to
Yes.
try and figure out
Yes,
what's
you can.
going on?
Yep.
If it's safe to keep going and stuff. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Hold on. Okay. That's a 17.
A 17. It's the land itself is definitely something magical has affected it. Whether it's a curse or something else, has definitely been affected by magic. And it looks like it's been active. This magic's been active for a while. Welcome to the table, John. You missed out on our sitting initiative roll. So you're volunteering to take the one, and you'll be going last for our sitting initiative. But next episode we'll roll our sitting initiative before you have to disappear. So we'll do that next time. We're going to go next up is, Tinkle.
Okay. So I'm looking around. I'm actually being a little bit more attentive. I look up at Nachfin again. Can I?
And you what?
Can I climb up again?
I think, honestly, that you would get a better look if you were to climb on Daksha's shoulders. She's like much taller than me, I think just like give it a try, and we'll see.
Come here for a minute.
No, I don't trust you. I'm going to back up. Go to the elephant. You try with her. I want no more climbing from you, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God. So I'm just looking around, and I'm tentatively now going to look and be very attentive to what is is there anything specific that we're seeing, or is it just like trees and we feel that we're coming into a certain area?
Well, no, you've been going through the trees now for many hours as you've been going through. This particular part of the jungled area that you are traversing is the actual trees are deformed and twisted and unnatural. The ground itself looks unnatural. It looks reddish in color, looks damp, almost like it's like fresh blood, but yet it's not. So it's definitely not the what you were expecting, or not part of a normal jungle terrain that you've been going through or that you've entered into. And the tracks that you're following lead right to those ruins ahead beside the creek.
Oh, okay. So, do they look like they're fresh tracks? Like, I could do a survival if you want.
Well, no, those tracks you've been following are the 8 prints, and yeah, they were fresh. They were pretty much from like the day before you started following them.
Okay. So I look at everyone and I say, well, you guys all ready to go? Let's go. There's a cave there. Let's go have some fun. Fun.
This shall be interesting.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
Whistler.
Whistler's just going to hear this, and he's just going to be like,
All right,
hey,
so
he
you're
starts
okay with
following
that?
people.
And Daksha, anything you want to add to that?
Just that I am following others.
Okay, you're following Nachfin. Anything you want to?
Nachfin will put his hood up over his head and start making his way towards the ruins.
Okay. And last up, John, did you want to contribute anything to the?
I got a bad feeling about this.
This is when the most fun happens.
Just for future roleplay purposes, Whistler, write that phrase down, because that would actually come in handy, I'm sure, many times.
That is very true. That is a very good point.
I'm already writing that down.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
Clever.
And I know you sent me a message, Whistler, but I can't see it. So, because again, if I do that, then everybody in the Discord or in the thing is going to see. So if it's not secretive, and you don't mind the other players knowing, then just post it in the actual chat window for the video that we're in right now, the voice chat, because I have that open right now.
The only thing I would ask is for the Owlbear link, because I feel like we're going to need that.
I did.
Now,
I posted that in there too.
Oh, did you? Where is that?
It's in the chat. It's in the chat for this video, for this voice chat that we're in. The chat bubble in the top right-hand side.
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had trouble finding it too.
I was wondering where it was.
Yeah, I actually have been able, because now that we've switched over, just so everybody watching knows what's going on. We were using Zoom, and Zoom's a great service. Don't get me wrong; it was fantastic. but it's not cheap for Canadians, especially the conversion rate. And it just really wasn't adding up to what we needed. And we've decided to go with a nitro boosted Discord instead. It gives us a little bit more bandwidth power, which is fantastic, but it also helps our server, our role players. So.
Nitro boosted Discord.
So there is some new features, though. By the way, we can try out in future endeavors as long as there's 5 players or less. If you're going to be DMing, Twitch actually now has a video onboarding tool. So if you're running a Twitch stream, you can get players to or people to automatically just log into a web browser right into Twitch with their video camera, and they can be put onto your stream. So yeah, which is really, really convenient. It's still new, so I don't know how it's all going to play out. But for those of us out there that are watching, so there might be some changes as we move forward, but we're always trying to change for the better. We're trying. That's what it's all about. So anyway,
change.
So we are proceeding.
Not a paid promotion.
Not a paid promotion for Discord, because again, Discord's free for everybody. Yeah. So
right.
You guys are all headed towards the ruins. Who is taking the lead? Tinkle?
Hey, I was going to say Tinkle should go.
All right. So how close to? Well, the stream comes first, so you will come up close to the stream first. How are you getting right up to the stream? And the stream's still about 60 feet away from the first bit of ruins that you see.
I'm pulling up the rear, just shaking my head and muttering to myself, "This is not a good idea. This is not a good idea."
Just dropped Tinkle by accident.
Well,
Did we lose Tinkle?
It's Tinkle.
Even Tinkle thinks this is not a good idea.
Yeah,
he's coming back. Hopefully, he's coming back.
Yeah, he's back.
Am I back?
Yep.
But no video. Where's your video?
Hopefully this is his bad idea.
Yay, technical issues.
There you go.
Gotta love technical issues.
You're back.
I don't know what
And look
happened
at
there.
that. You came right back where you're supposed to. That's awesome. So yeah, this might work out fantastic. So how close do you get to the stream?
Well, the cave is away from the stream.
Well, it's not a cave. It's a bunch of ruins. It's overgrown ruins. Some kind of building.
Okay.
Or remnants.
So what I'm actually doing is, before really going forward, I'm going to try to keep as far away from the stream as possible.
Okay.
Because there's normally big things in there, and I'm just a little small guy. So I'm actually going to do an investigation.
I can't hear Tinkle at all.
Okay. Investigation as you're looking towards the stream or towards those ruins?
Towards the ruins, because I have everyone else behind me. So I'm going to concentrate on where we're going.
So you're staying away from the stream, so how close to the ruins do you get?
I'm walking straight to the ruins, but I'm checking the ground first as we're going.
So you're
being very attentive.
You're doing a very slow approach. Okay, make me an investigation check, please.
That is a 23.
It's very clear. You're 100% positive now there were 4 sets of apes, or 4 apes dragging a carcass inside these ruined areas. You can clearly see that now. However, with that roll, and because you're so close to the ruins, you also see footprints.
Human size, small size, a little bit bigger.
Size.
Medium size?
Yeah. Not sure if it's a human per se, but yeah, it's definitely medium size.
So actually, I am going to Thieves' Camp sign to Rob to let him know what I've found and to relay it back to the group.
I think Daksha wants to say
as you turn around, we'll get to you, Daksha. I see you. So you do turn around and you do your Thieves' Camp gestures. You make a few, brief phrases or whatever that makes no sense to the average person. Anybody who understands Thieves' Camp will pick that up along with Rob. But Daksha, you wanted to add something. Daksha?
I can't hear Tinkle at all, so I don't know what's going on his end. I can't see Tinkle's video or Nachfin, so I'm wondering if it's messing up. I wasn't sure what I should do.
You can't see their video and you can't hear their audio either. Lorelai, can
You
you
should
hear them
restart.
okay?
I can see them okay, and I can hear them okay.
Okay.
I can't
So
hear
what you
Lorelai
what you
either,
what yeah,
but
so
I
what
can
you
hear
need
her
to
because
do
she's in the same building.
what you need to do, Daksha, is just log out of this channel and just come back in. It should fix
Okay.
the issue. Good. So
Lovely Discord being Discord.
yeah, and that's just I mean, unfortunately,
And then
it's
Tinkle
funny
just dropped.
how many platforms
Never mind. Sorry.
that we've tried. We've done a lot of platforms. We've done the Discord, and we've done Zoom, and we've done StreamYards, and every single one of them has this issue at some point or another. It
Yeah.
seems. And that's I think, and I don't think it's necessarily them. I don't think it's always Discord. I think it's the internet infrastructure that. This is a changing world
Is
where
it,
everything is really intense and online and a go all the time. So I mean, there's only so much traffic can fit through those lines at one point.
Is it any
yeah,
better?
Totally. Yeah, it's working great now.
Shark nibbled the cable.
I haven't heard Tinkle yet, but I don't know if he's talked or not.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
get
here.
there. We'll get there. So Tinkle has turned around and used these scans to report back to Rob.
Jesus.
So Rob, are you sharing that information with the group? Because he said for you to share.
As I was instructed by our illustrious leader, it's like, yes, I will relay.
As
Okay.
I'm pulling out my
So
book
he
afterwards.
does
Little
relay.
guy said blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so Daksha, just to recap, because you didn't really hear him, you heard what I was describing, but he has discovered the fact that there is a man-sized or a medium-sized boot print, along with the prints of 4 apes dragging this carcass into the ruined area. Now, are you signaling anything back? Are you guys telling anything to John to signal back to Tinkle?
Just what are your orders?
Gabriele, you're the first up in the rotation of sinning initiative.
Um.
You want to add anything?
No.
Nope. Okay. And Whistler, you want to add anything?
He's just going to take a line
Nope.
he just got. He's just going to say, this is not a good idea.
Okay. In John's voice, of course. And Daksha, you didn't want to add anything. Nachfin, did you want to add anything and have John?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to walk straight up to the boot print and start investigating it.
Okay, so you're just going to walk up to Tinkle.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you walk up to Tinkle, and you guys see Nachfin just start walking up to Tinkle. Being cautious. He's not being overly boom.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like,
yeah. And you get up there and you can make me an investigation roll on the boot print.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to, please.
Surrounded by adrenaline junkies.
Oh, how about a natural 20 for 21?
Oh, my word. Okay, so we're going to have one of those nights tonight. Yeehaw. So with a natural 20, you are focused not on the 8 prints that you've been following or the area in general, but specifically on the boot prints.
Yeah, definitely.
Make me a history check.
Oh, jeez. We're rolling fire tonight. 19.
19. Okay. Sorry, I just ended up just putting an orange in my mouth.
Oh, that's cool. I'm kind of surprised I'm rolling this. Knock on wood.
Yeah. So with even with a 19, you definitely know that with the weight and everything else, probably going to be either a human or a half elf, maybe. Not heavy like a dwarf. Definitely not really light like an elf or half elf. Not super heavy like a dragonborn or anything like that. So again, definitely a human-ish shaped foot. So probably a human or a half elf in nature. Could actually even be a half orc for all you know. But the way the print has put in is a specific make of boot. It's not really a high boot, but it's a boot that's known in these parts that is very common amongst various acolytes and clergy types.
It's interesting. Okay, I'll definitely pass that information along. I think that this was like the boot prints of. I don't even know how I know this because, like, I have seen a lot of the churches around here, and I think that this was from like a holy man's boot print, clergy or something like this.
Well, you are all wise and knowing, remember? So
Well,
it must
yes,
have
you
been
know.
magically given to you.
I mean, I don't ask for these gifts; they are just given to me, you know.
I know, you're so lucky that way.
Yeah, the nice thing with this area, because this area it is pretty small, and it's 3 villages that are basically part of a conglomerate of villages, and you are a merchant for the most of the time on merchant barges that have been going up and down the area and trading goods back and forth. So you've seen stuff that's taken, for example, to the monastery in Elderlock, stuff that's brought to the churches here, the type of things that are ordered and the places that they come from. So you're that's why you're familiar, just so you're kind of aware.
Which way are the boot prints leading? Are they leading into the ruins or out of the ruins?
It seems like the boot prints were kind of around the outside entrance of the ruined area, right where these 8 prints are, and then they all go into the ruins together.
Okay, interesting. That is very interesting.
I have an idea.
Okay, well,
Can you alter your appearance? Can you alter your appearance and make yourself look like an ape?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, come on! That
No,
would have
I
been
don't
so
have that.
great.
I know. I can a minor illusion. I can use a like a little tiny illusion. To I can't even really do that. Yeah, it can, the image can't be. It could be like a chair or some footprints or a small chest, but I can't do an actual medium-sized creature.
Okay, so leaving the ruined entrance, going back to the rest of the party, the 4 of which it's actually the internet. My internet just completely kicked out.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. If you're out there watching and things kind of went sideways, I don't know. Daksha, you're probably watching it. If
you're not on Twitch right now.
Twitch froze.
It's froze?
Yeah, Twitch
wow.
Yeah, try just doing a refresh if you wouldn't mind, just to see if we're still there.
Yeah,
It's running an ad right now.
I know for sure. I just refreshed it.
Yep.
And it's working again.
Okay.
I haven't checked Twitch yet.
I'm looking at Twitch and it's not coming on yet.
No, it's not.
There we go.
When I refreshed, it came back up.
Yep.
It's back? Okay.
Jeez Louise.
All right. Internet. Yeah, we've been. Yeah, it's a plague. It's just the way we are. Okay. So you're seeing your colleagues kind of conversing, quietly amongst themselves, so not making any abnormal noise. It is starting to get a little bit later in the day. What are the 4 of you doing? Are you going to just approach, or Gabriele? What do you say?
First, what I want to do is, do I think being here long term is going to hurt us? Just out of curiosity, being more lucky and spells.
Not really. I mean, there's nothing where you immediately are that seems like there could be any kind of at the moment. It's creepy, but
I still walk up to the others. This doesn't look anything like a holy place.
Yes, I was a little concerned about this myself. What would the holy man be doing with apes?
Nothing good, I'm gonna tell you that.
Well, it does not look like there was a sign of struggle. Like, it looked like the woods were walking in, so it makes me think that the apes and the clergyman were like working together. Like, it's no signs of a struggle or anything other than the drag marks from whatever they found. But this is my thought, anyways.
Whistler? Gabriele has left the remaining 3 of you and approached her other 2 colleagues.
I'm gonna be following Gabriele because I have this feeling like I need to stick with Nachfin and Gabriele, at least one of them, mostly because they're not the most stealthiest of people.
Oh, all right, all right.
Not.
Here we go with the whole
No.
stealth thing again.
Excuse me, but Daksha's actually
Yeah,
decently
yeah.
stealthy, thank you.
Wait a minute.
I did not
Who's
say-
talking
I-
about
I-
who's stealthy and
I
who's
did not
not?
say anything about you, Daksha. I said anything about Gabriele. and
Remember the fog bomb in the
Making
campfire?
sure.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Do we remember that? Yeah.
So, Daksha, it's you and John now standing back there.
You think this is a good idea? I don't think this is a good idea. I think this might be Druid. Except he seems a little creepy for like.
Honestly, I am a little worried myself, but I am not
I,
going to get in trouble for not following the orders, don't you think?
Yeah, we should probably stick with the group because the captain might be mad if we don't. But I mean, like, I don't know if this is such a great idea.
I don't think so either, so we keep our eyes out, and if we have to, we will drag the party out of the trouble.
I'm paranoid as all fuck.
Nachfin's gonna look back and go, I think I smelled rum from inside.
So you guys are going to catch up with your colleagues.
Yeah.
So the group of you are now at the entrance to the ruins. You're seeing the same thing that they've been discussing and pointing out. They've discussed there's tracks and they're mixed between human and ape, and these drag marks and bloody drag marks still. As you've been dragging through the woods and through the jungle areas. So, what are you doing at this point? And Gabriele, you are unless you're going to defer to Tinkle as the group leader to do first.
I'm getting him first.
You're going to give okay. So you guys are going to just switch it up. So Tinkle, you're going to take up the lead at this point. What are you doing now that your colleagues have caught up to you?
Okay. I start sniffing the air. Oh, as I look at everyone. And I go, well, since we're here, we might as well go in.
I don't
As he just
smell any
starts
rum either.
walking and going, he's still cautious. And he does look back and he says, John, you should take up behind me a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can see anything. You watch my back. And then we'll have everyone else come.
So at this point, we've got.
You want me in second position?
Yeah, so we're going to be moving up now. We've got a walking and marching order, which now makes things a little bit different. So, John, you are taking up the second position. Who's taking up the rear?
I'll take up next to rear.
Okay, so you're second to back.
I'll go behind John.
I'm muted.
I'll go behind Nachfin.
So,
I was gonna say,
you're taking up the
if
rear.
someone wants to take the rear, I'll take the rear.
Yeah, it looks
By
like you are.
process of elimination.
Looks like you are. Exactly. Process of elimination. So that is our new sitting order, as we now have a marching order throughout the thing. So you guys start your way into these overgrown ruins. And the vegetation within the ruins themselves is just as twisted and dark and deformed as that outside the ruins themselves. You kind of follow them around. It looks like the building that you've kind of entered in was a single room at one point, but again, it's been long destroyed and in rubble, with only bits and pieces of the wall and the openings remaining. You leave that building and you're kind of still following those tracks, trying to be cautious of what's around you, because as you've entered the ruined areas, there seems to be, and it was already starting to get later in the day, but the amount and the number of shadows just seem to jump and triple as soon as you entered these ruins. It seems like there's a shadow behind every rock, behind everything. So it's a little bit unnerving as you're going and moving forward and you're following these paths. You get to a spot where once again, there seems to be a little bit heavier amount of carnage on the ground, and it looks like there's again chunks of meat and everything else left behind. And then you do, you're kind of looking around. You guys can all make me a perception check.
Now, just to remind you, Chris, with my race,
God.
I'm naturally observant. So, can I be using my passive, or do you
And what's
want me
your
to be
passive?
looking right? My passive is 19.
19. Okay. So,
I'm very with the race comes very keen eyes.
yeah. Okay. Anybody else above a 16?
Not even
19.
close.
I rolled a 22.
I be using my sense of smell to increase my perception?
Okay. So
Uh,
you're using your sense of smell, and we've
I'd like
got
to, yes.
we've got three of you, Tinkle and Whistler and Gabriele, have rolled above a 60. Yeah, and yes, Nachfin?
It didn't help.
I should mention.
I rolled a
um,
5.
Yeah, I can beat that. I rolled a 1. Not even a natural 1. It was a 2, and I have a -1, so it's actually a 1.
Oh my word! So a true one. There you go.
Yeah, it's not a crit fail, but it's as close as you can possibly get.
Dirty one. The dirty one.
So
Yeah,
as
you go.
the three of you, like all of you are
Oh,
looking
God.
around, and you're keeping your attentions high. But three of you look, and just not far away, maybe about 30 feet from where you are, it was almost hidden by the shadow of some trees that were kind of growing through one of the looks like a little bit of a larger building at one point, or was probably a larger building, and this tree seems to kind of go right through. The side of one of the walls, but you almost missed it. But there's a large lump on the ground, a large mound. Could be a stone, could be a clump of dirt, could be a bit of a fallen tree. You're not sure what it is, but it's definitely doesn't seem to match the area. So something seems a little bit out of place. And as for your sense of smell, because you use that, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear.
You would do that. You would do that.
Yeah.
I did not fart. Honestly, I did not fart. I'm telling you, I didn't eat any beans.
No,
No, it's probably
I'm looking at
Whistler.
the physical dice now.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Well, it's probably the stink of the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
yeah probably.
That's a 5.
Okay. You're not poisoned or anything like that, but the smell, the heavy iron smell that was in the air from before, that's that smell of blood. It's
Yep.
definitely mixed with burning and blood and decay. So yeah, there is like the smell of rot. And it's not just from a specific place. That smell is permeating, it's a faint underlying aroma in the air. It's not so overpowering that everybody notices it, but when you concentrate on your heightened sense of smell, it's unmistakable. You can pick it up as an underlying aroma in the air.
I think I will pass that information on to the party, just that there's this the rot all over the place.
Okay. And what about the
burning
three of you who noticed
lots of
the
blood.
lump on the ground?
I think Gabrielle will point it out to those around very quietly.
You guys all see it now. I mean, now that it's been
Shoot an
pointed
arrow at it.
You shoot an arrow at it.
Yep.
If
it's going to come active, I might as well be far away from it.
It's pretty easy. I mean, it's only at 30 feet. It's a non-moving lump, and it's a fairly large lump. You fire the arrow at it, and it thuds into it.
Okay.
Not like that kind of thud. Not like it's hitting a tree or a rock or anything like that. Like it's thudded into something substantial, but softer.
Okay. I'll start walking up to it because I want my arrow back.
As you get,
And
you
I'm going to
start
be very attentive. I'm going to be very attentive and with my keen eyes looking around. But I'm having a jolly kind of walk up as I'm going.
Okay.
Can I cast Gust and see if I can move it at all?
Yeah, you could do that.
I can create a small blast of air capable of moving an object that is neither held nor carried and weighs no more than 5 pounds. Never mind.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
weighs more than 5 pounds, I assume.
It looks like
if it is what I
probably
think it
does.
is. Yeah.
So
But no,
you start walking towards it. Is everybody following or just letting Tinkle kind of go?
no, I'll approach with Tinkle. I'm not letting him
Anybody
do this
else?
on his own and get
Well,
killed
yeah,
by the
I'm approaching
zombie
it
that
very
approaches from
stealthily.
the ground.
I'm supposed to be
Feel
his
so
rear
loved.
guard, so I
I
think
feel
I'll
so
follow.
loved.
Yeah, John's behind him. John's sticking behind him.
I'm standing a little backwards.
A little bit back. Okay. So we've got John going forward. We've got Nachfin going
Shaking his head, going like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
So you guys are getting a little closer, and you're the first one to notice it, Tinkle. As you do get closer, the carnage that you've seen from the very first kill site, when you first discovered it by the road, it looks like that here, and the remains of the carcass. It's a very large bison-like animal that grazes in farmlands area, and I mean it's large, larger than medium-sized, and these things have ripped it to shreds and left. I mean, there's bones showing and everything else, but they've ripped a lot of the meat off of it. It's a pretty horrific scene for the most part, but it's clearly an animal that has been torn apart by another animal. And you are, as you're seeing that, you are seeing those 8 prints. You are seeing those booted prints still in this vicinity as well. And you are required, because you are being attentive, you're gonna have to make me a perception roll on this one.
Okay.
All of us, or just Tinkle?
Everybody that's actually standing there, that's looking at the scene. Tinkle's DC will be a little lower because of his.
I
Sorry,
shouldn't have said anything. Jeez.
what was the roll? Perception?
Yes.
17.
Yeah.
3. Yeah, I got to keep my mouth shut about these rolls.
3.
Jinxed myself.
Okay.
19.
19.
Nat 20.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. Well, you needed the nat
Covers are
20
terrible
for this, because again, there's a lot of mess between whatever it is, like the marks made from dragging this carcass here, from ripping it apart. It looks like there was a frenzy that had gone on here, mixed with why do these people do that? I can't kick them from YouTube. Try and get in there and do that now somehow.
All I can say right now is leave it to the
I've got to try and
surgeon.
kick that individual out of the YouTube channel.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I don't really see anyone chatting.
No, they're posting video or dirty shit.
That's weird because I don't see anything.
Yeah, me
All I
neither.
see is mine and yours, message-wise.
All I can say is leave it to the carpenter to discover something about a corpse.
Just want to make sure that
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't go through properly.
I don't think amputation will help this one.
Okay, so I think Moobot on there got it. It just for some reason got through on. Interesting. So I guess there is some form.
There's.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so that's weird. It showed up on my in my chat box for the streaming software that I'm using.
Weird.
Oh, okay. But not through the actual YouTube?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's cool. Go Moobot.
So, yeah, okay, so we're back.
Okay.
But yeah, so it for some reason managed to delete these private photos and stuff, but whatever. Yeah, there's always people trying to do stupid shit. YouTube. That's the one thing I don't like about YouTube. So there's a lot of friggin' people, and moderation is not what it should be. So anyway, we'll get to that. So you do notice with the nat 20, mixed with all these prints and all this mess, there is another kind of marking in the muck on the ground. And it's mostly because the ground was probably so soft from, obviously, from the blood and everything else, that you noticed it. But you are almost certain that it's some kind of a cane mark, like a thick, heavy cane, maybe an inch and a half in diameter, up to close to 2 inches in diameter. This chain, so it's a heavy chain. But it seems to be like there's a slight impression in a few different spots in the muck.
I'll definitely point that out to the rest of the party, like pointing to the spots in the ground. Look, is that not an imprint of a chain of some sort?
Interesting.
I lean
so-
closer to Tinkle. Why are we doing this again? To be trained apes.
Are you a coward or a pirate?
Can't I be both?
Yes.
Okay, you can be both. So let's go. As I start walking away now.
Okay, so you're walking away from the carcass. Are you walking?
Yeah, I'm letting them deal with the carcass, and I'm going to be starting to follow the ape tracks.
Okay.
Whistler's just going, ha, ha,
So
ha.
Tinkle is continuing past the carcass, and it seems to be following the tracks a little bit more intently. I take it?
I'm following Tinkle.
So we're going to maintain that order, and you guys continue on. It seems to kind of go a little bit further, and it goes around the outside of what you think would have been a big building at one time. There is semi-complete walls that go up, it's 5-6 feet in some places. Then it drops down to nothing, and it just into the ground and overgrown with trees and brush. And then you get to another section, which is probably about 15 or 20 feet tall, stone, laid stone that has been fit together, and there is an archway in the center of that particular wall that seems to form a door. There's no door there any longer, but there is definitely a passage through. It looks like it was overgrown, but it has been cleared by force, and looks like a lot of the branches and that were coming out have been busted away. Some have been cut. And those tracks lead right inside.
To know our destination. Sorry. No, I finished.
So Tinkle, you approach this doorway.
Sorry, Daksha wanted to say something as I'm approaching.
Sorry, Daksha?
I think we may be dealing with more than just apes. Seems like there is intelligence. Look at all the cutted away foliage.
That just means there's a lot more treasure. At this point,
Whatever you say, leader.
he looks back. Leader, we're all together here.
You're the one in charge of this mission.
Ah, yes, you're the one who has to answer to the captain. Huh?
Okay. So that means that if there's a lot of booty, I take all the credit. Okay.
Don't think that's how pirates work, but
Yeah, pretty much. And we all know that in a pirate situation, the captain gets most of it.
yeah, this is more than likely. Huh?
So at this point, I put my bow away.
Yep.
And I look at John and I say, I'll take about 60 feet ahead. Watch my back, please. As I pull out my... I'm actually going to pull out 2 daggers. And now I'm going to start stealthing ahead.
Okay, so you're stealthing into the building.
And being very perceptive as I'm looking, investigating, making sure that there's...
You have dark.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So as you move into the building, let us bring up our other screen here. Our map screen, because this is what you can see on the map. So we are located, well, we're going to be having, I guess, Tinkle will be first by the looks of it.
Mhm.
And you're not even at this point yet, but you're getting there. You enter into what looks like, for the most part, it's semi-intact, about a 30-foot by 30-foot chamber. There is a crumbled set of door, like an archway opposite you where you came in. There is kind of like an exposed open air, like the wall is completely collapsed to your right. It's all overgrown to your left, so you really don't know what's through this thick, dense vegetation. But you do off to the right again. It seems to open into another chamber off to that side. But these tracks go into these ruins, and maybe 15 feet in front of you, it's about 10 feet wide, and it's a set of stairs going into the ground. Looks like maybe at one time there was something covering this, but that's been long ago either destroyed or removed. And you see these stairs that lead down into darkness.
And how far does it go down? Do I see it at the end of my 60-foot vision, or does it go beyond?
Your 60-foot vision, you think you see the bottom of this. I mean, it's all because again, it's all this earth and dark soil, packed earth and stone. You see the stairs that go down, and you think it's the bottom, maybe 30 feet down, and then it just kind of it could either be still going down, but it looks like it branches from there. You really can't see much beyond that. Very little light.
So I hand signal back to John to let him know that I'm going to also proceed down. So just to let you know, moving forward, I will always be attentively looking, using my investigation for traps, being as stealthy as possible. It's just going to be my routine moving forward until I come out of it.
All right, so I will require at certain times. Actually, at this point, you'll have to make a stealth check. But I do have 19 as your passive perception, so I'm good with that.
And
all allowed to approach as well, or because I wouldn't have just stayed back. I'm not letting Tinkle go in by himself.
You guys are all
That's
there,
foolish.
like, at the entrance. Tinkle was the first to go in, and as he went in, you see he doesn't go very far, because it's like 10 feet inside the door, and there's a wide set of stairs that go into.
We definitely need to stay as a group on this one. Nobody's going in by themselves. That's a quick way to get killed.
So I do let everyone know that I am trying
stealthy.
Well, I know, but even still, it's a bad idea to go into a place like this by yourself,
and my
even if you are trying to be stealthy.
Was a 21.
And what I am trying to do is stay about 30 feet ahead. My stealth is actually a 27, a natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
I have advantage on stealth, but I rolled a 1 and then a 20.
Okay. So you
I had advantage on stealth.
you're trying to stay about 30 feet ahead of everybody else?
Yes. That way if I'm triggering or finding a trap, no one else is walking into it. I'm seeing it first.
So you're almost near the bottom of the stairs. You guys at the top, John, you're in behind. Nachfin, you're there as well. You guys see him go down into the dark. You then all of a sudden see him kind of step to one side a little bit into the shadows. And then you can no longer see him. You know he's there. And he told you what he was doing. He was going down about 30 feet, which is pretty much the bottom of the stairs. And then he was going to kind of look around from there. So at the top, are you guys actually going to wait at the top? When you can, knowing...
I don't think that's smart at all, to send one person in by themselves into a place that we have no idea about.
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
I'm just going to use a line from Tinkle and just go, Tally-ho! And he's just going to go down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well,
you're basically agreeing with Nachfin, but just saying to hell with it and just going down.
Yeah, and I rolled a nat 20 on the stealth roll, just so you know.
Okay, so you guys notice him start to go down the stairs behind Tinkle, steps off to the opposite side that Tinkle did, and no longer visible by the rest of you. Seems to be hidden pretty well in the shadows. Nachfin,
Yeah,
you
I'm
were going
supposed to be good
down.
at spells,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I rolled
please.
bad.
Were you going to go stealthy or just go down carefully?
No, I'll go stealthy. I rolled a 12, so
12? Okay.
not terribly stealthy, but
All right.
not horrible.
John?
Did a 21 on my stealth check.
Okay, so you're good. He's quiet, Daksha, and Gabriele. How are you guys doing?
I'm trying to keep my stealth, but my phone is being stupid. Oh, there we go. I got a 14 on stealth.
14? Okay. Daksha?
Yeah.
I got a 7, even though I have a +5. I
So,
rolled really bad.
John, you're pretty hidden and pretty quiet, as is Tinkle and as is Whistler. You guys do note, Tinkle, you're not aware that John and Whistler are that close behind you, simply because again they're pretty well hidden as well. But you do hear at the top of the stairs movement that the others are coming down. So you are hearing it. So they're not being as stealthy as maybe they think they are. Your passive perception has allowed you, as you come down these earth and stone stairs. It's very much again a lot of roots are sticking out. A lot of it still seems to be pretty overgrown at the top, but it does clear a little bit more as you get down towards the bottom. The bottom itself, you see, looks like it's stone slab stone slabs and bricks in the flooring. So obviously, but a lot of it is broken and cracked. Some of it's missing, and there's dirt exposed. There is, some weeds and vines. But again, these are all twisted but it looks like something has maintained the hallway a little bit, um, that you're aware of. You do hear noises, Tinkle, coming from the left hand passage that you see. Now you do see ahead that it does go um, 30 feet forward that you can see. There is a door at the end of that. Um, it does also look, however, that it does open up a little bit, about 15 feet down the hallway, and it seems to branch left and right. If you take the right hand passage, it goes about 15 feet and then branches from there. So, what are you doing? Knowing you hear them making some movement coming down the stairs at the top, you hear some kind of a noise to the left. And that's what you see.
Okay. So on the left-hand side, I'm actually going to sheath one of my daggers. I'm going to pull out a piece of charcoal. And on the left-hand wall, I'm going to mark an L for I know where we've started. And then I am carefully going to walk up about 15 feet because I know that with everyone coming down, we're not all going to be able to fit in there. But I'm also hoping to maybe see or hear if there's anything else. But I'm also making sure that this next 15 feet, that hopefully there's no traps or some kind of alarm system here, since it looks so well maintained here.
Okay, so you are moving to here, correct? That's your
Yeah.
intent. Okay, so you will be moving up to there, and I'll let you move your character, so you can move up to there. I will let you know that when your character reached about halfway down there, you think you heard something coming from back the other direction. Not 100% sure, but there was sounds in that direction. However, I am going to get to this in a moment. But going down our marching order would be John would be next. So John, you are hidden as well. You're at the bottom of the stairs. You are going to have to make me a perception roll overall.
Perception. 21.
21?
Yep.
Well, the first thing that you notice is in charcoal on the left-hand wall at the bottom of the stairs is an L that has been put on there. Because again, you don't know which way Tinkle went, but there is an L on the left-hand wall. You also do see the same thing at the bottom of the stairs. You see what looks like a longer passageway that ends in a door that it looks like it opens up ahead. Then on to your right is it goes about 15 to 20 feet, and then it seems to be at a T junction and turns off from there, so you can't see beyond that. You do hear sound coming from the left. What are you doing?
I'm going to go left, figuring, guys.
Okay, once you're about that close, you see Tinkle. You kind of you're hidden in shadows. You guys are basically pressed up against the walls of what you're doing in the shadows. You at the same point where you're at, you think you hear noise as well. You hear noise 100% coming from ahead of you, but you think you hear noise coming from back in this direction again. It sounds like it, but again, there's a lot more noise ahead of you here. So next up in our rotation or in our marching order is Nachfin. And Nachfin, you really weren't so quiet, but you were coming. You were coming down the stairs. It's okay.
I would like. Okay, this is gonna. You'll have to let me know if I can do this first, because this is going to be a little interesting. How tall are the ceilings here?
The ceilings themselves are, when you get down here, are about 12 feet.
Okay. And you said that the noises that we heard are kind of coming from this direction?
No, the noise. Well, now that you're at the bottom of the stairs, you can make your perception roll.
Okay, go down, please.
Yeah, so so whenever you guys do come down the stairs, we'll just stop at the bottom, because I'm assuming you're not.
9.
A 9. So you do still see the L marked in charcoal on the left-hand wall. You don't hear any sound.
Okay. I wouldn't know to do that then. Okay. I'll move up behind John.
Yes. Once you're up there,
and
you definitely see John in front of you. You don't see Tinkle in front of him, but you see John in front of you once you get that close.
And I saw the L marked in charcoal?
Yes, right at the very bottom of the stairs.
Can I investigate that to see if it
looks like it's Tinkle's handwriting. Tinkle's writing.
Oh, all right, cool. I will leave it. I'll leave it alone then.
Like at that point, when you got down the bottom of the stairs, you still can't see Tinkle and John.
Yeah.
You're still hidden in the shadows. But once you start moving in that left direction, you do kind of see John at this point, because he's right in front of you.
If I recognize it's Tinkle's handwriting, I'll just leave it alone. I don't want to mess with that. Yeah, that's really all I'll do for now. I'll just wait until I see what's going on.
Whistler, you're next. You're quiet. Get to the bottom of the stairs. Perception roll, please.
Okay. That one.
Okay. You don't see the L or anything else, but you do see Nachfin. He's headed up the left hallway.
I will go right behind him.
Bonjour, my friend. How are you?
Okay. And next up is Gabriele.
I'm gonna go down the stairs. Probably not.
So you're pretty much at the bottom of the stairs. So you can roll me perception. Kind of, there's a traffic jam.
I'm gonna turn around. See, can I do this really quickly? I apologize. I forgot to do this my turn. Can I turn around to Whistler and say, Whistler, I have a very important phrase for you. I want you to remember this, because it will be very important. And I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, look out, there is a monster.
Look out, there is a monster.
There you go. Hey, that's perfect. Magnifique.
Magnifique.
Sorry, I'm done.
That is a good idea to give him.
Oh my goodness. So you're coming down the stairs, and this is what you're hearing as you get to the bottom of the stairs. Daksha and Gabriele. So, Gabriele, what was your perception roll?
That would be 20.
Okay, and Daksha?
Following the group, trying not to chuckle as they're trying to give him new words.
We have to give him the safe words, you know.
This is
Definitely
not going to end
she
badly
did
at
the
all.
right idea. It's just making her chuckle at the same
See,
time.
there you go. The more phrases he has, the better off we all are.
Run, there's
I think
a
that's why she
monster.
rolled so bad. Because she was trying not to chuckle.
Oh my.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
How did you roll there, Doctor?
How did I roll? Not the
Sorry.
greatest. I got well, it's 11. It's not
An 11. Well, you see the L. You see the L marked in charcoal on the left-hand wall at the bottom of the stairs. You don't hear anything, but you do see them. They're heading up in front of you. They are headed left, so obviously maybe Tinkle wrote that on the wall to give directions. But Gabriele, you did roll high enough on your perception that you see the charcoal L, but you also hear sounds coming from that left-hand hallway. However, you hear some like another sound from this direction, almost like it's in like somewhere, probably down one of the hallways. Like it's not coming clearly from this way. It's more coming from somewhere out, where you can't see.
What
Somewhere
does it
beyond.
sound like?
It's just kind of movement that you're hearing. Things moving around. Whether it's walking, shuffling, you're not 100% certain of what you're hearing. But you guys are definitely hearing noise from the left. Now, getting back to Tinkle, at the top of the round, you did discover something, and I have to out at this point. Take that out.
What did you do, Tinkle?
This whisper is brought to you by.
As I said, the chamber did appear to open up. Inside the room, you see chained to it's about a 15 by 15 foot chamber, chained to the wall with thick iron shackles, are 4 very large white furred apes. Their mouths are the color of fresh blood. There is some dried browning colored blood on their white fur, around their face and their chest area, obviously from their feeding. But they are, and Tinkle, you're still hidden, so you're pretty quiet there. But you definitely, I mean, you're not sure how long those chains are, but there are 4 of them in between. Well, you'll have to get past them to get to the door.
Okay. So I'm seeing this, and I'm like, okay, I know where the apes are. So now that I can walk through everyone's squares easily,
Yep.
I come back this way.
All right, you guys all see Tinkle coming back through. Okay.
And then I'm coming over here and searching this area, even though I heard something over here. I'm being more attentive now on trying to listen to see if that maybe are voices rather than the noises of the grunting of the apes up there.
Okay, so you're checking to see if there were more noises coming from this direction.
But as I'm passing also, I do let John and Nachfin and Whistler know that the apes are there. Don't piss them off.
Okay, so you move forward, listening for more areas. You hear coming from, well, as you start down that hallway. One thing that you are going to note as you started down that hallway is it definitely is opening up to the left and to the right. You really can't see much more than this, to be honest. You're seeing a bit of an angle there, but it is a hallway. You're with your passive perception. You are at this point now from the right hand hallway or passageway. You are hearing voices.
Will you allow me to go up 5 more feet for I can look around?
So you want to go up and just kind of peek around the corner?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you can. Not a problem.
Okay.
Move up and take a peek, and I will mark in what you see. You're going to do that.
Real quick, I'm gonna have to let the dog out. She's whining and begging. I'll be right back.
Not a problem. All right, so this is what you see. All right, so let's go to obviously, John, you've gone in behind, and Nachfin. What are you doing as they've gone past you? And you see Tinkle come back through. Say the apes are up there.
We'll look to Gabriele and Whistler and Daksha and ask if any of them can speak with animals. Like, I know that there are certain races that have spells or what have you, or abilities that allow you to speak with animals.
Only creatures that can breathe water.
And I guess Daksha wouldn't have anything either, would she?
Well, as a monk, probably not.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I have comprehend language.
You said the apes are chained to the walls?
They were chained to the wall, yeah.
I'm going to walk into the room very slowly.
You slowly walk into the room.
Yeah, but only like a half a foot into the room so they can see me.
Okay.
I want to see what their reaction is to seeing somebody else before I decide to do anything else.
Okay.
Like, are they lashing out and going like crazy, or are they just like curiously like?
Okay, so 3 of them notice you clearly. Do you want to make me an initiative roll, please?
I guess so. Are they chained to the wall?
Yeah, they are shackled to the wall with these.
Right. I rolled a fabulous 8.
Okay, so you have this individual in the corner.
Which one?
This dude right here hasn't noticed.
I don't.
He's
okay.
He's seems to be grooming himself or something.
Yeah, sure.
Apes generally do. The other 3 though do notice you. You get boom.
How are they moving if they're chained to the wall?
The chain is a lot longer than it looked at first. It looks like they can, now that the chain is uncoiling away from the wall, it looks like they can reach right to the entrance of the doorway, pretty much. So the one is going to have a little bit of a hard time getting you, but the other 2 will get a shot off at you, or will get an attempt of a shot off at you. And I just have to pull up my the monster. There we go.
Well, this didn't go as I planned at all.
No, no. So the first ape will make 2, and that is a 13. That misses you, I'm sure.
Yes, it does.
And that is a 10, so that misses you as
that
well.
Definitely misses.
Second one is a 14.
That misses.
And a 18.
That hits.
Okay, so you did get hit with 1 fist. The fist you will take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ow!
Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, that's right. It's the right one. I got the right one.
Good lord.
Yeah, he punched you hard.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna shield that. Hell no. No, we're not doing that today.
You're like, boom, shield goes up.
And nah, we're not doing that today.
Yeah, he almost punched you in the soul.
Yeah, nah. Shield.
Nice, you cast shield. So a shimmering shield appears in the air as the fist is coming in and absorbs that blow. quite well. So yeah. So what? Now it is your turn. What are you
I
doing?
am actually disengaging 100%.
Okay, so move back to where you are. Okay, you
I guess
do.
I'll move back as far as I can. If
At
I,
this point, you do see the one go all the way to. Actually, he stays there. This guy can actually reach over. The other one you lose sight of, and they're making a lot of noise, like snarling and.
I'll look back to Whistler and go, yeah, don't go down this way. Don't do it.
Okay, so Nachfin, that was you. Whistler, what are you doing?
Wow.
Well, do I hear the snarling and everything?
Oh yeah, you see them too as you're looking down the hallway. You definitely see these large, hulking, ape-like shapes, white furred, snarling and growling. Yeah.
I wonder if I should do a certain thing to hopefully get them to no longer see us, and hopefully won't make any more noise.
Here comes another fog bank.
Or alternatively, I could use a cantrip and maybe get them something to mess around with while we run away.
Well, keep in mind, you got to kind of see what's going on here. They're not entering the hallway. They can't enter the hallway. They're chained to the wall. But the chain was long enough to fill that room that they were in. So, perfect guardians for that door on the other side. That's for sure. Your
Maybe it
other
might be
two
best
colleagues
for
have
me.
gone the other direction.
Yeah, I'm probably going to follow them. I'm probably just going to lead them right now because even if I put up a fog cloud, for instance, they're probably just going to still make noise.
Okay, so you're heading off after John and Tinkle. Gabrielle?
I am. So I'm seeing the interaction between Nachfin and Whistler. I'm just gonna look them
Okay,
down in
so
the
you're going to
hallway.
follow along. And are you going to do the same, Daksha, or is there something specific you want to attempt? Is she back from the walking the dog?
Yes, she's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to the monkeys. They're not nice.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go to the monkeys.
They're not, I had assumed their chains were like holding them against the wall. No.
Okay, so you guys are all headed down the right passage now behind you.
Perfect opportunity for Whistler to be like, look out, there's a monster.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So Tinkle, what are you doing now that you're at that T intersection?
Shaking my head.
You're hearing noise behind you. You're definitely hearing those apes.
Sorry.
I thought you told them not to disturb the apes.
And to the point where you can no longer hear. You don't know if they're still doing it, but you can no longer hear the chanting to the right.
Okay. So I look at John. I go, why don't you go up to the top side? I'll go to the bottom and look around. That way we could see if anyone's coming at us.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move down here and look down this this corridor.
Okay. So you're going to go down there. John, you want to move yourself to where you're going to go to? So I'm going to give you.
And then I'll make my stealth check.
Yeah, if you're going to remain, actually, if you guys are going to remain stealthy at this point, you, actually, yeah, both of you can make me a stealth check. Why not?
$23 for me.
24.
Okay. All right. So, John, you look around the corner, and it takes a twist again, and just kind of goes maybe 10 feet and then turns to the left. Actually, you can sort of make out that there is another passageway this way. You can see a little bit of it. It should be exposing there momentarily for you to see. But
Yeah.
cool. And that's what you're seeing. And Tinkle, on your side, you do see a longer corridor that goes down. It does veer off to the left, but there is a door at the end of the corridor. There are. Oh, that's the other thing. Sorry, I forgot to even mention that. There are near that door. There are some torch sconces in the wall, but they are extinguished currently. So what, Whistler? Now they've moved ahead. Whistler, you're following up behind. Keep yourself.
Yeah.
Keep and Nachfin. Well, I guess Nachfin, you're gonna follow him
Well,
behind.
actually, this in order to kind of try to keep the apes quiet. Oh no, that would work. Never mind, because they would. Never mind, forget it. I just realized what I was doing was stupid. So I'm gonna go 5, 10 behind Whistler. Yeah, I'll just follow up, I guess.
Okay, and the other two, I'm just going to assume you guys are going to be following him behind, and unless there's something specific you want to do.
Whistler is going to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's Gabriele and Daksha.
My bad.
The noises I had heard earlier, were they coming from this right tunnel? Or
somewhere down a series of tunnels. It could be down the left tunnel past that door. It wasn't the apes for sure. It was another sound you were hearing. It could have been down the right hand tunnel that they've all gone down. Again, it's somewhere deeper within these passageways.
As we're walking, I am going to be trying to listen for that.
Okay. So you are going still in behind to the right. And Daksha, the same?
Yeah, I'm going to be following.
Okay.
And I'm going to be stealthy as well.
I'm going to try and be stealthy.
Okay, so you guys can roll stealth checks at this point.
Yeah. I'm going to use
try to
my thieves' cant to let Tinkle know what I can see.
Kind of winds around a little bit.
Nachfin's not trying to be overly stealthy now that the apes have all been making like crazy amounts of noise.
Yeah.
The element of surprise has pretty much been taken away.
Yeah,
I'm totally to blame, but I will fully accept responsibility. But let's be honest, they know we're here.
True enough.
Good job.
I like I said, I accept full responsibility on that one.
I got a 14. Still trying.
My logic says they think we're there. I'm over. I'm
True.
Okay, so you got a 14, and so I'll let you move yourself up behind Nachfin, and Daksha, you can move yourself behind Gabriele. You guys are kind of moving along. Tinkle, what is your action now that you're looking down this long hallway?
Okay, at this point, I'm going to keep watching down there. Do I hear... I know I have a lot of noise in behind me, but am I able to hear down this hallway because it would be kind of more narrow coming from that direction?
Yeah, so you're trying to focus your listening now down the hall.
Yes.
You'll have to make me an active perception check on this.
Not a problem. That is a 24.
24.
Nice.
It's faint, but you still hear the chanting. So obviously, whatever's doing the chanting, can't hear the ape.
Okay. So, since I have John and Whistler basically 5 to 10 feet away from me, I turn around to them saying, I hear chanting still down here. And just keep an eye there. I think we should figure out what's going on down here first. And at that point, I am coming down. And I'm moving slowly, as I said. If you want me to make perceptions or investigation checks, my passive investigation, or if you want me to roll, whatever you want me to do.
Yeah, passive perception. You just keep going down. You could make it to the door if you like, or up to at least to the corner.
Okay. So I'm going to get there for I can see around here.
You do peek around the corner.
But in my other hand that is free, I pull out, as I'm moving, my bag of marbles.
Okay. And yeah, you most definitely, now that you're standing there, you most definitely hear some form of religious chanting, and it's clearly not arcane. It's like a chanting. There are words of common mixed in. You hear the words "my lord" mentioned a few times. Cleansed by fire was brought up, I think, at one point in the chant. So you're hearing bits and pieces of fragments from the other side of that doorway.
Okay. So I'm going to wait till the others catch up for I could relay that to them. And maybe they would have some knowledge of what's going on.
Okay.
But now I'm getting very curious. I'm getting a little bit like, let me go. I want to see what's going on.
You guys can all move up behind Tinkle. And he relays that there is a religious chanting on the other side of the door, and that the hallway goes up and turns left again after about maybe 5-10 feet.
Random question.
Yep.
What is the language that we hear?
Common.
Is it just common?
It's common and some form of archaic dialect for whatever the chant is that they're doing, or the prayer, or the ritual, maybe. Hard to make out exactly what it is. You can make your religion check.
Okay.
I'd love to. I'm proficient in religion if I can.
Yeah, anybody who wants to make a check that's up near the.
Oh, come on with these rolls. Ugh.
And you guys can all.
Yeah, I'm switching
Hopefully
to-
you get rid of the barrels.
I'm
now
getting rid of
and not later.
the crappy digital dice as well. This is terrible. I rolled a 5, by the way.
23, not 20 plus 3.
23.
Anyways.
Anybody
I
else?
rolled a nat 20 plus 2.
I got a 5.
2-5, Daksha.
I wasn't planning on rolling. I only have a +1 on a modification.
Okay, so for Whistler and Gabriele, you guys definitely are picking out. It is a form of religious ritual. It is definitely not a spell, but it is some form of ritual or prayer, and it's to. You're pretty positive to the elemental god of fire. Which is
bad.
not a major one of the gods of Oiala-ndor. That's definitely not a major power, but it is one of the known. I mean, there are many factions that worship elements. So that's what you're hearing.
Okay. All right. Whistler's going to grab at Nachfin, and he's
God.
going to try to pantomime like fire, and then he's like making this picture like God.
Well, I'll let you make action on this one because, I mean, I can't expect you to know exactly what your character might know. So I will let you make a performance roll.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say Gabrielle seeing it might just tell Nachfin.
What are you doing?
I rolled a 14 on the performance.
Yeah, you know what? It looks like he's making some kind of a pantomime for campfire or fire.
No. We don't have time for a long rest, Whistler. Come on.
And Gabrielle, do you pipe in and say anything when you see Whistler trying to?
She'll shake her head and be like, "A campfire. They're worshipping."
They worship campfire? Seems like a very odd thing to
Oh my
worship.
word!
Huh.
Just
Okay.
fire.
At this point, he's just gonna pull out a piece of paper, write down "Fire God" and put it in
Okay.
Nachfin's face.
That's what I said.
Okay. Okay, I get you. It makes more sense when you leave out the camp part.
That is
Okay.
not good enough.
Okay, so with that in mind, Tinkle, you are at the front of the line. What are you doing?
I heard campfire god, and I'm like,
So do we have
wow,
marshmallows?
I never knew there was a god for campfires. That's cool. Well, I'm just going to go over here, and hopefully a campfire god is not there.
Okay. So you look down that hallway, or you kind of make yourself exposed down the hallway, but you're there. So that's what you see. It does end in a door, but it also turns to the right.
Okay. So what I want to do is as I'm going with watching the floor as usual,
Yep.
I'm going to come down here. And I'm trying to see what I can see down in this area, but also make sure that it's safe if we're going to come down this way.
You're going to love this.
Oh, God. It doesn't sound like we'll love it at all.
It goes up about 5 or 10 feet and turns back to the right, doubling back in the direction it went to.
Fucking switchbacks.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? I'm just going to text something here very quickly and make sure that we are good.
Long, snaky hallway, I see.
And then I turn around to John, and
Okay, make me a perception, because it is dark. Even with
Sure.
your passive perception, you'll have to make an active perception on this particular.
Not a problem. So that would be an 18.
18. You definitely see this. Right in front of the door. The door is again, it's an old wooden door. It seems to be pretty secure. There's no light coming from underneath it or anything like that. Again, it's dark. There are all the way down these corridors. There are extinguished torches in sconces along the wall. So at any given time, if you need a torch for any reason and you need to light one, they are there. Just we're not within at least 10 feet from wherever you happen to be. This area, though, the floor looks a little bit darker, the stones, and upon closer inspection, when you're looking at this, there's scorch marks on the ground, and it looks like some scratch marks as well, going beyond, like across the door threshold. So they go underneath the door. They start on the outside and they scratch going inside.
And I do investigation to see what I might be able to get from that.
Okay, make me an
But what I'm
investigation.
trying to figure out is if it's maybe an animal or some kind of humanoid or something out of the ordinary that is going through that door or has been kind of like pulled through that door.
Okay, well, instead of investigation, let us do a history check.
I am not proficient in history.
Make me a straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
Or actually, sorry, wisdom. Make it wisdom. Makes more sense.
21. Wow.
21 on your wisdom.
Oh, sorry. I did a save. I apologize. Give me 1 sec. Oh, even better. Nat 20. 23.
Okay, nat 20. You definitely, you're 100% positive. These are scratch marks rather than like actual scratch marks from a humanoid, most likely a goblin or a kobold of some kind. One of the smaller goblin.
I turn around to John and I go, there's someone just my size here. Oh my God, it might be a kobold or a goblin. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Can we take it back to the ship? Can we?
I don't know, man. You're calling.
Just because I'm leading doesn't mean that you don't have a brain to think. Let me think
My
about that.
my brain to think told me I shouldn't be here at all.
Then you should have stayed on the ship.
I miss my cannons.
Clipping that one.
I knew that was coming.
We need to tell the others about this because this is starting to get weird. Even though I'm very interested in weird,
Starting?
this is getting weird.
Starting?
Yeah, starting.
I think it's been weird for a while, Tinkle.
You're no fun.
Okay, so we're gonna go jump back to so John and Tinkle, you're there. Nachfin, what are you up?
Can I walk up to this first door that we just kind of walked right on by?
You're definitely hearing the chanting from the other side.
Okay, can I hear more of what they're saying now that I'm closer?
You're again. The reason why you can't tell exactly what they're saying because only certain words are in common. The rest are in this archaic dialect that they're using for the
Okay. And I have no idea what language that other. I have no idea what language that is.
If you're sorry, you're proficient in religion as well, correct?
I am. I don't think I. Yeah, I am.
You are okay. So you can make me a religion check.
I would love to. You gotta stop using these freaking digital dice. 6.
It is definitely a prayer or of some kind or a ritual of healing. They are praying to a greater fire elemental.
Okay, but they're not speaking Aqua nor Primordial.
There are now that you're hearing it. You do speak Primordial, correct?
Yes, I do.
I think Primordial as well.
Yeah, you're definitely picking up. These are acolytes of some kind of cult that are praying. They're performing. There's 2 voices inside that are. You do hear some, primordial voices. Mixed in with the common, mixed in with this archaic dialect, this prayer, this chant. But yeah, that's what you're hearing.
Okay,
You don't know how far into this ritual they are. They could be nearing the end. They could be still at the beginning. They could be in the middle. You're not sure.
Can I tell how many voices
2.
There are? No, 2. Is it? Because there's only 2, eh?
2 voices you hear inside.
Oh, I got a really bad idea. I'm gonna. Yeah, well, fortune favors the bold. I'm gonna step to the side and use minor illusion to knock at the door, and I'll tell Whistler to back up about 10 or 15 feet.
Okay, he will do that.
Behind you.
Okay, so you knock on the door.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna minor illusion and knock on the door. I don't actually reach across or anything like that. But actually, you know what? I'll even take a step back just to make it work better.
I'll make a minor illusion of a wall in front of me.
That's a clever idea.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember, it only stretches up 5 feet. So there's still like a 7-foot section that's not wall. Yeah, that, because I thought of that thing. I thought of the exact same idea.
So if they have night vision or dark vision, they might notice that. It would be a perception check regardless. But yeah.
I just wanted to say, because I genuinely thought of that exact same idea of putting a wall so they would think, oh, geez, that section's not a tunnel anymore for some reason. I was thinking of putting a door up as well, and it was like, yeah, wall would be better. But yeah, it only goes up to fit a 5-foot cube.
So you've created this artificial wall, partial wall anyway, that you're hiding behind, Whistler. And Gabriele and Daksha, you are behind it as well. All you guys all note is the chanting has stopped. That's all you notice. And there's no activity, no movement, no nothing.
We don't hear anything.
Nope. And
nobody tries to open the door or anything?
Door next up, so.
Oh boy. As a spellcaster myself, would I know that it's dangerous to stop a spell in the middle like that? Or was it a prayer?
If
Or
it was a prayer, that's okay. I mean, you can interrupt prayers, as you know. If it was an actual ritual in the middle of casting, that would have ruined the ritual completely. So, however long they were doing it for is now null and void. They'd have to start over again, unless they actually finished the ritual. You're not sure, but all you know is that chanting has stopped.
Okay, so
I want to prepare. I want to touch Nachfin and give him. Because I think I can do this for one person.
So, are you going to move all the way ahead to where Knockfin is?
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
I'm
it
up
was-
and around the corner.
Oh, no, never mind, sorry. My map is outdated. It says that Whistler's right in front of me.
Yeah, Whistler's right in front of you, and Doctor's
Okay,
right
now
behind
I'm Whistler. Whistler.
you. Okay, do you
I
touch
want to
Whistler?
do it like that. I want to. Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Nice.
So you've got mage armor cast on you, Whistler. Which will
Because
help.
he doesn't have armor.
Okay,
And it only works if you have armor.
and
Remember.
Daksha, what is your action?
I'm going to make sure I'm close enough to the party, and then what now? All of it's in front. So, and these two are squishy. So I'm going to move in front of the two squishies here,
Okay.
so that if something happens,
Just so you know, right in front of me is past that wall.
Hmm?
Right
You
in
just
front of me
walked
is
through the illusionary walls, so
Oh, there's a wall there. Oh, okay.
yeah, illusionary walls, not a real one,
illusionary.
but,
I put a fake
Illusionary
wall.
wall, yeah.
and it's only like a half wall.
Hmm.
A half wall.
I'm trying to think of what would be the best thing, because if there's, I don't know. I'm still thinking, because even if I stay behind, they're still going to probably see me, right? Because if it's a half wall,
Your head is above that wall for sure. 100%.
right? So, and the sounds or the sound of the chanting was in number 3, right?
Yeah, it was past that door at the end of the hall.
I think what I'll do is I'll come here then. That way I can,
Yeah, and the door,
Be
if the door
able to-
opens, it looks like the door opens into this hallway and against the
Mhm.
outside wall. So it
so they
it
would
opens
probably see
away
me.
from you, not so it wouldn't open up and hit you as it opens.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it hitting me or anything. My biggest thing is I want to make sure that I don't give away these two, but am nearby enough that I can help out if they need it.
Okay, not a problem.
And then I'll ready an action for hostility.
So you're readying an action. Okay, perfect. Tinkle. You see Nachfin at the end of the hall as you've kind of turned and look back toward going back to your party. You see Nachfin there. You see what looks like you think it's Daksha, just on the other, just around the corner. What do you do?
Did I hear what was happening over there since I'm only a little bit away, or
There's
not
some
really?
kind of commotion coming from that direction. You're like not loud commotion, but there's been activity, so you're not sure exactly what they're doing from where you are. I take it you are still moving back in that direction because I think you said you were going to go back and tell them.
No, I was asking John to relay it back when they
okay.
came around.
All right, so yeah, so you're not sure. John hasn't
Okay.
left yet, but
Well, at that point, I just come back.
okay.
It's-
John, are you
it's like-
back with him?
I only moved back 15. So at that point, I'm tapping Nachfin. Nachfin, what's going on? What did I miss?
Well, you just kind of walked right by a door. I thought maybe we should investigate and try to see what is in there before we go on ahead.
It just sounded like they were moaning and stuff. Then maybe we're having an orgy. You really want to see them have an orgy?
Well, I don't think that it is. I don't think that it is an orgy. I think it's more like something very bad that they are doing. None fun like this, you know.
Can I hear that?
So you're
Okay,
saying,
from where? Let me
oh
see
my
where you
god,
are. Let me just hang on.
oh
No.
my god.
Okay, want to make sure.
Okay. I was just seeing what else other doors. We don't normally open up doors until we see what's around us. But I'm bored. Let's go.
Well, the problem with this is that if we go too far in and alert something, then we have all of these doors on the way back to deal with as well.
Well, actually, I've passed everywhere. Didn't disturb anything until you came.
Well, but again, you are not the only one in this party. You see, this is what I'm saying. We all have to work together as a group so that we can all react to the situations together and not leave people of ourselves alone, because then that is more trouble than.
But we're doing what you want to do because you've disturbed the apes, and then you disturbed the door.
If
So
you want to go
be
off
late?
ahead,
Okay.
you want to go off ahead, you go right ahead. I am not going to be there to save you if you get into trouble. This
Well,
is the
I'm
problem.
having to come back here. I've actually
This
been
is
trying
your
to be
choice.
quiet and haven't disturbed stuff. Only you have made our party been announced. That's it. That's my turn.
We're both announcing our presence to the world.
So what are you doing, John?
Rubbing my temples and trying not to scream.
Okay.
Be quiet!
All right. And at this point, it is Nachfin. Are you taking any action?
I probably move past Daksha right now. Nothing. So the chanting is just stopped in that room.
It seems like it's quiet inside that room.
It's an interesting thought. This might be fun. Can I minor illusion smoke that looks like fire to kind of come under the door?
Yeah.
Inside of their room?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. So just a little bit. Just like a little puff of smoke, kind of try, and then maybe make it look like it's smoke from the like fire in the hallway or something like that.
Okay, so it wafts underneath the door.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, not a problem. And Whistler. Illusionary walls there. You're kind of peeking over it now and again, looking. You see them just around the corner. You see this wispy fire-like smoke stuff kind of wisp under the door. Again, nothing. There's no movement up ahead.
I'm going, since nothing seems to be really happening, I'm going to cancel the wall I have up right now, walk up behind Daksha, and I'm just going to, just in case, I'm going to hold a fog cloud spell just in case.
Okay. So you are readying a spell. And Gabriele.
I am going to come up behind Whistler and Daksha.
Okay.
And
All right. And then Daksha.
behind, making sure they're not open.
Again, I'm just holding my action.
Right,
Really confused of why Whistler got closer when he was hiding behind his wall. But
yeah,
okay.
you're not sure. All right,
And
so
I will
nothing's
whisper in
happening
his
at this point.
ear.
It's quiet.
And I will whisper into Whistler's ear. No fun big on us. Do on enemy if you need, so we can run, but not on us.
It's not helpful.
Okay, is anybody doing anything specific about the door? Because there's no, it's quiet. How much time are you waiting?
Well, myself, if I see everyone is right there, I'm actually going to be coming back to here. Because I'm trying to make sure that nothing's coming in behind us.
You've taken a peek down the long hallway again. Another one. What you see?
Then I'm going to come back here. And I let John know. And then, John, you watch this door. I'll watch the corridor. And let's see what fun we'll have. I kind of want to stay here for I'm looking down the corridor.
Okay, so you're staying there. John,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Trying to get control of my token back.
Make sure you've got the hand icon chosen in the right hand side there, and then grab your token.
There we go. I had to refresh.
So you're kind of there at the door.
I'm going to check out this door, see if it's locked, unlocked.
Okay. So you move to the door. You notice the same thing that Tinkle had pointed out. Now that he had pointed out, you wouldn't have noticed it. Other than that, the scratch marks that go underneath the doorway onto the inside. There does not appear to be any kind of keyhole in the door.
So I will attempt to open the door.
Okay. So you turn the handle, and it turns, and you push the door open into the room. The room on the inside is very small. It's a tiny little alcove. Let me take this and clear it up so you see. That's basically all there is. It's like 5 feet wide, 10 feet long. In the room itself, you do see a skeleton off on the right hand side of the room on the ground, covered in dust. You do notice there is some form of idol or statue carved near the wall on the left hand side. There's something all over the ground in front of it. There is a wooden barrel at the back of the room. That is like it's a closed, sealed barrel. That's what you see in this space. So you've opened the door. That's what you see. What are you doing?
I'm asking Tinkle if he still wants to take his buddy back to the ship.
Yeah, the skeleton is it's a goblin. A dust-covered skeleton of a goblin. Nothing? Nobody? You're not doing
Where's the
anything?
fun in that?
Sorry, I apologize. I wasn't. What? Can you repeat that, please?
No, I was just saying that John opened the door at the end of the hallway, and it has exposed some stuff at the end of the door.
He's done what now?
And then he said something to Tinkle, and then that's it. He hasn't done anything else. So I guess we're moving on to you. So it is your turn, Nachfin. That's what you see happen. At number 4. Number 4 has been opened up.
Okay, but nothing's happening when he opened the door?
There's obviously, it looks like there's shapes inside. Nothing's moving.
It's weird. I really want to open this door here.
At least
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, but I can't because Daksha's in the way.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And she's a large creature and I can't get past her.
Am I?
I would imagine Loxodons are considered large creatures.
I'll double check for you.
Well, how tall is... You said the ceiling is like 12. How wide is the hallway?
About 5.
Could I fit around her?
I don't think she is classified as a large.
Okay.
I'll double check. I'm looking right
But
now.
she's checking.
It might be medium. I just figured Loxodons are like 7.5 feet tall or something like that. So
Yeah, they are large. I mean, you're pretty.
I suppose it's up to you. Am I able to fit past her to
I
this
think
door?
if the two of you work together, yes, you can pass
Okay.
her that friendly cigarette. She can kind
If
of dodge off to the side, and you can kind of.
if that's okay with her, then I would like to
Yep.
kind of squeeze past her and just open the door.
I'm
Okay.
considered medium.
So
Yeah.
you
Okay.
walk-
Yeah.
You walk.
Yeah.
Grab the door handle. It
Swing it on open.
no problem, and you swing it open into the hallway. And you look.
I don't want to step in. I just want to look in the door as it's opening because I can't see my token anymore.
I'm gonna move you where you can.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't want to.
It's okay.
I don't want. Yeah. I'm just like. Yeah.
Is another small room that is about 5 feet wide and about 10 feet long. There is some kneeling stools set just about halfway into the room, facing the back wall. On the back wall is what looks like stone. There's nobody in the room, but there is what looks like carved stone forming a portal in that back wall. And then there's these two kneeling benches.
Carved stone fort, like, so there's an actual portal in the back wall, or is it just like an etching?
It looks like there's stone, like carved stone blocks that have formed like a portal, in the back wall. It doesn't go anywhere. There's no active magic in it. Whether there was a few moments ago is a different story. But it looks like it's a dormant portal.
Oh wow! Okay, then I'll 100% mention that to the party, and in fact, I'll even go so far as to move forward to John and mention that to him, to mention it to Tinkle as well, because that's the information that we'll need to know.
Okay, well, you are currently not in combat initiative, so you guys can have a conversation at this point in the hallway. There is no immediate threats around you. You can't even hear those apes, the sounds from the apes further on, back down the hallways you came from. This particular hallway or this little room that had the chanting in it, there's no more chanting and there's no individuals. There, as I said, there's just these two kneeling, those kneeling little benches you see in churches sometimes for prayer. There was two of them set up facing the back or near the back wall, and then there was just what probably looked like it was a magical portal, but it's no longer active. And then this other room that has a dust-covered skeleton near the one wall, some kind of carved statue on the left wall near the back, and something all over the floor. So there are things in that other room that you really haven't explored as of yet.
So, looking at the hole in the wall, can I assume that it was a portal? Like, would I immediately know that this was how they escaped and the magic? Or
actually, you're a sorcerer, correct?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
You 100% know it was definitely some kind of.
Okay, cool. The other question I have: would I know how powerful that magic is to be able to use that kind of a spell, or is it just like a crazy old cantrip?
Type of portal.
Yeah. Like, are we dealing with like high level magic here, or?
Well, to create it would have been high level magic, 100%, without a doubt. However, that doesn't mean that the individuals that were in that room were high level, because portals can be activated by lower level acolytes depending on what the conditions are. And you don't know how old that portal is either. Like, I mean, all the stonework in these ruins, this all looks very old. Like it's been here.
They just figured out how to use it. That's all.
Yeah, there's a good possibility that's the case.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I'll pass along all of that information to the rest of the party.
All right. So what are you guys saying? What are you doing at this point?
I'm gonna go and examine and see what's going on in here.
So John wants to go check out that room. Tinkle?
I am keeping my eyes down here just in case.
Hallway.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long hallway with two possible entranceways. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Okay, Nachfin? You see John go into that room to start kind of looking around.
What are Gabriele and Daksha doing? I'm curious about.
Stepping into this room that had the portal in it, do I see?
Sorry, the portal room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I see any runes or markings or spellbooks or anything laying around that might indicate something?
Make me an investigation check when you're in there. So Whistler and Daksha. You see Gabriele has gone into this room to kind of investigate. You know they're doing stuff around the corner, so you can kind of see around the corner, Daksha. You can see that John's in that other room at the end of the hallway. What are you doing?
I'll probably go in behind Gabriele and make sure she's okay.
So you're staying with Gabriele. Watch over. No problem, Daksha.
And you said it was
Insight?
insight?
Or
No, I need you to make a investigation.
that was a
That
nat
was a
20?
nat 20?
23.
23.
Jeez, Murphy, you guys are killing it tonight. So we'll get to that. I'm going to need you, John, to make the same roll for your room as well for investigation. And Daksha, I'm still waiting to see what you're up to.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out when to talk. I was just gonna say, whoever knows things about the new room, if you could check it out so we know what's going on. But obviously, whoever was making the sound is gone.
Yep. Are
Yeah, I got it
are you
fixed.
just relaying that information?
Honestly, at this point, since those two places are pretty empty, I'm going to let them kind of investigate it. And honestly, I think I'm going to kind of come closer to Tinkle and kind of be ready in case someone comes around the corner.
Okay. So, Gabriele, we're going to start off with you. With your nat 20 roll, most definitely you do see there's nothing else object-wise in the room, but you are seeing that the patterns in the stonework on the portal have some form of symbolic meaning of flame. You're definitely seeing that in different motifs. It's not like a runic script or anything. It's just a pattern that's on there. It could have been a glyph at one point, maybe, but you're not 100% certain. It's now that you're looking at it, it's very old. And you do see scorch mark at random places around the portal.
So probably imploded or exploded or something.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure what the result of that was, but there's scorch marks on the ground, the wall, the ceiling, like all around the portal at different random spots.
Seeing all this, I think I'm gonna poke my head out and get Nachfin because he's the other spellcaster.
Okay, so you kind of go out a little bit around the corner and go, come on down this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drag him in.
So you're going, Nachfin, you're following.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so John, what was your role for your investigation?
I got a 6.
A 6. Well, you find out what those things are on the ground near the statue in the back, and the statue in the back is clearly obvious. It's some kind of a small idol or statue of what looks to be a fire being of some kind, in a humanoid shape, but it's clearly meant to be fire. It is though carved out of stone, that you can tell. What you see on the ground around it are marbles. You were careful enough not to step on those at this point, but because they weren't laid out as a trap; they were just there. But other than that, you don't really notice much else, except for there's that barrel in the back corner, which again, it's a closed.
Yeah. I'm going to try to pass the statuette to Daksha and see if she notices anything.
Okay.
Hey, monk.
You bend down.
This looks religious.
You bend down and grab this small stone idol statue off the ground, and you do pick it up. As you pick it up, you do see there looks to be some kind of plate on the ground underneath it that when you moved it shifted a little bit. You're not 100% sure what that was, but you're being what you are, you're pretty certain you just triggered a trap of some kind. Now, you do have the idol, however, in your hands, and you are noticing that this stone is a volcanic stone that it has been carved out of. And it is definitely a humanoid that looks to be engulfed in flames. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh lordy.
I have a feeling he's either going to have lava or fire come after him.
That was a nat 20. Thank God.
Ooh.
You know that something or someone was trying to tug at your mind. You just don't know from where or from whom or anything else. You made the saving throw. I mean, but you can still tell that something was going on. There was magic afoot with that.
I dropped the damn statue. What the fuck?
So you grab the statue. You've turned to look at Daksha to say this is clearly religious, and then as this kind of you guys, Tinkle, you can even see him with inside the open door. He's standing there. Daksha, you see him kind of shakes his head like he's clearing the cobwebs for a moment, and then drops this little statuette onto the ground. It does not break.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could do a dex save to try and say. And
Yeah, it does. It hits the ground. He didn't quite get to you to hand it off, but he was turning around to do that when this all happened. And again, it's on the ground. It doesn't look broken in the slightest.
Okay. Honestly, can I survey the surroundings to figure out if it was the statue itself that made him act weird or if it's something that was in the room? Because basically what I'm thinking is if it was the statue itself, wrapping some material around it and replacing it to where it belongs.
Okay, so what you've witnessed, and just so you guys can, I'll make it be a little bit clearer for you and both Tinkle. You've seen John go in. He's kind of examining some things. He kind of bends over and a little bit, and then he kicks these round, which you can now see as he kind of kicks one and it bounces over and comes back to where the door is, a marble of some kind that's on the ground. You see him bend over and pick up this little statuette off the ground. And as he picks it up off the ground, you see him take a double take, looking down at the floor under the statue where it was, and then stand back up, turn around saying that this looks religious, to go to hand it to you. But then all of a sudden he just kind of shakes his head and then drops the statue.
So my guess is it's something in the room, not the statue itself. At least that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, could be. Could have been brought on by the statue. You're not 100% certain. So the statue's on the floor. There is a skeleton, a goblin skeleton covered in dust and such against one of the walls that you've noticed, and that's and there's a barrel in the back corner.
Mm-hmm. I think, like I said, I'll use some material from like my sash or whatever. Take the sash off real quick, wrap it around the statue, place it back where it belongs. See if any of the mechanics move at all.
Okay. So your action is you bend over, you grab this statuette in a cloth, and then you go back. You go into the room to where the statue was on the floor.
Yes.
And as you're going to bend over to put it down, you see.
I am watching to see if I figure out what it triggered.
Clearly, what he was taking a double take at. There's some form of old pressure plate on the floor under where that statue was sitting. You see that, and you place the statue back on it. It goes down, and that's that. It's
I think, my friend, you have found a trap. look at this old pressure plate. Better keep your eyes out better next time.
Okay. And Tinkle,
you
we're at the top
alright?
of the round. What are you're seeing all this go on around you, and I mean, everybody's they're getting activities, they're investigating, they're finding things. What are you still doing lookout?
Yeah, everyone else is basically doing things, so I'm just making sure that nothing is coming out of that we can't see.
Okay. So you're just making sure that no one's coming around that corner ahead. All right. So that's not a problem at all.
And also my foot is tapping because I'm getting very impatient of standing here.
Okay. So Tinkle is tapping his foot, up there, and then down in the other room, Nachfin, make me an investigation check, please.
Like tapping in anxiousness because you know that he can't really just stay still.
Yeah.
17. Finally, jeez.
17. Yeah, this is you are getting a much closer look at this portal right now, and Gabriele is pointing out these scorch marks and some of the actual intricate carvings that were on the stone. That's pretty much a lot of them are faded or cracked off or broken away. But again, this has been a very old portal with some scorch marks randomly around it, and it you can actually you're a Gabriele, you're a
A
warlock.
storm sorcerer.
Yes.
Okay, and you're a storm sorcerer. So being a storm sorcerer, and what? Sorry, Gabriele, who is your patron?
Cthulhu.
Oh, okay. Cthulhu.
Yeah, it was
Avatar.
actually a great old one. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember the name you told me.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll cover that.
I think back to the great old one.
But yeah, that's not going to help you on this one. But Nachfin, this is clearly again an elemental portal using primordial magic and ancient magic that was here. Now that you're getting a close look at it, this isn't new by any means. This is probably hundreds of years old. And whether or not, again, for what purpose it was originally done, you're not 100% certain, but that's you're noticing with it. And it is you're pretty sure that the markings that you're seeing, this is a one-way portal. So whatever went in this portal isn't coming back out this portal.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more we can do with this room, I guess, if nobody's in here. So
no,
I don't think you want to follow them.
Well, so much else we can do. Yeah, I'll whisper that there is no point. We have discovered all that we can from this room.
You guys
I
all
believe.
catch up with Daksha, Tinkle, and John. Is anybody else going to check out that room that John was in?
I do want to check out
There's still a barrel.
Okay, so yeah, Daksha gonna go ahead and jump. So John, you're moving further in. Daksha, you're going in behind. Anybody else going with?
I'll stand outside the door if they're going in.
Okay, so Daksha and John, you can make me investigation checks.
I was gonna say, I am purposefully checking for traps first.
Yep.
I'm not good at it, but we're gonna try anyway.
Oh God!
Why did I roll good on that one? I only have a +1 in that one, but of course I get a good roll on that.
Not one.
John doesn't notice nothing. John can't even figure out how to open the barrel.
I was going to try to move the barrel. I don't think I can figure that out.
One whole cork in it, so you're a little bit confused. You see this barrel and you're looking for the cork to pop, and there isn't one on it. So you're kind of like,
Yep. I got a 19.
There's no bung on this barrel. What the?
Yeah. So you, Daksha, you're looking at it. It's not.
I don't think it's for drinking.
You can see the wedge. There's a small wedge that's been used to seal the lid on top of the barrel. That can easily be pulled out. If you wanted to try.
And there's no like
You don't
traps
see
or
any
anything
trap.
around it. No pressure plate underneath.
No, you don't notice anything. You kind of lift,
Okay.
you
Just
tilt it.
double checking
Something,
because we already have one
as you
pressure
tilt
plate.
it, something clunks inside. Because you're kind of tilting it back to look at the floor underneath, and as you're doing the full inspection, and you hear something thump on the inside.
So I think I would just have one of my weapons ready just in case, and very gently pull the wedge out so that we can open the door, the barrel.
Okay.
Just, if something comes out, I'll knock it on the head.
You pop open the barrel and you kind of look inside. It looks like a sheath short sword.
Are there any ruins or anything on it?
Okay, so are you reaching in to grab it? Take it out?
No. If I do,
it's inside of a barrel. Keep in mind, this barrel is
I'm
probably
taking
about 3.5
my
feet
scarf
tall.
and wrapping it around first.
Okay, so you wrap your scarf around it, you pull it out. You're now inspecting this.
Yeah, and then basically I'll keep the scarf, on my hands, or keeping my hands safe, but I'll move it around on the weapon so I can look at the weapon.
As you reach down and you grab this,
I'll reposition the scarf so I can see all the different parts of the sword and sheath. Sword and sheath.
Okay.
Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
Yep. Yeah, you do. All right, you do see as you pull it out, looks like a hand, bony hand wrapped around the hilt. As you reach down, you grab the sheath part of the sword with your thing. The bony hand falls off into the barrel as you take this sword out, and it looks like a very ornate sword. There are carvings on the hilt as well as in the leather sheath that are depicting fire and flames, and yeah, it's quite a remarkable looking short sword.
Cool. At the moment, I think I'll just kind of tie it onto my belt so that so that way again it's still kind of safe and not actually touching skin. And I'll take it to the captain after we're done.
So you're headed back to the door. Anybody else doing in this? That's it for this room. That's all you wanted to check.
The only other thing that's in there is a skeleton, correct?
Yeah.
It doesn't have any clothes or pouches or anything like that.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go over and look at the skeleton. I was wondering when someone was gonna look at that.
You check everything, man.
Well, you guys are all you're searching and you're looking in the room. And it was probably Nachfin that said, "Hey, how about you check the skeleton? Something just doesn't, sitting there. Why not?" It is definitely a goblin skeleton. It is covered. It's been here for a long time. You do see one of its hands missing.
Probably the one that was in the barrel.
Did we find Zach?
Underneath one of the that's I'm almost ready to if I had popped my mouth.
We found Ned. We found Ned.
Yeah. But
religion was here.
You move aside some of the stuff and you're inspecting it. You do find in the other hand is clenched a small pouch. And then moving stuff around, there is a bigger pouch kind of under where his neck would have been resting. So his skull's kind of half lying on it. Again, all covered with dust. So it's kind of hard to tell the difference between that and a rock or dirt. But that's what you see. There's a larger pouch and a very small pouch in his remaining hand.
I'd very carefully would open up each of the pouches, holding on to the. And if to pour it out, I'll pour it I'll put the scarf over my hand and pour it out onto my scarf of my hand.
Okay, so the small pouch.
Mm-hmm. Start with the small pouch, and we'll go to the big pouch afterwards.
So
and I am being open to the rest of the people that are there.
Yep. So everybody can see what's going on exactly. So you take the small pouch, you kind of open it up, and you dump the contents onto your hand. It is a tiny key. The key itself has a marking on it. It looks like a sphere, a round circle with two legs coming down from it and feet on each of the legs is what the symbol looks like. But there's definitely the key that's in that pouch.
Interesting.
Weird.
What do you think of this key? It's different than what I have ever seen. And she kind of holds it up to the others.
It's going to open the door.
Or a chest.
Or chest.
It's very intricate.
Obviously, it is meant to open something.
But why the
See?
feet?
Yes.
Why the legs and
Probably
feet?
It's not actual like human feet. It's like two little lines.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I just mean like it's why? Why put that on a key?
And it's
But
some kind of
fetish?
symbol.
I guess we must wait and see if we see something with similar marking. And the others came and joined us, correct? If I remember
Yeah,
correctly?
everybody's around the same area.
Yeah.
So she'll look up to the ones that had looked at the portal. Was there a symbol similar to this on that doodad back there?
No symbols on that resemble it.
No, I saw. Did
It
Gabriele
is.
join us, or is she still
Yeah,
hanging around?
everybody's around the same area.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm next door with you.
Maybe it's a
There's
nose
back
scratcher.
pouch,
Maybe
tied
it's
to
a
the belt.
scratchy nose.
Well, we'll hold on to it in case we need it.
Well, better have a key than not to have one, eh?
I agree. So then
You never
we'll check
know
out
what
the
I
bigger
like.
pouch.
All right, well, let's keep going down this hallway, huh?
Okay, well, she's going to grab the bigger pouch, and when you pick it up, it's clear there's coins in it.
Oh.
Ah, now this is the sound we want to hear, right, boys?
Yep.
And she will, again, check to
Yes.
see what's in it, make sure there's nothing else but coin in there.
Okay.
How late are we going till tonight?
We're going to be wrapping it up, actually, right after I do this part right here. You do open the pouch, the larger pouch, and there are gold pieces inside. I'm sure you're not going to count them right this moment.
No, I'm
because
just
you're in
checking
the
to make
thing.
sure there's nothing that isn't odd in it.
But whoever's keeping track of this can make note that there are 210 gold pieces inside said pouch, and then you have.
And again, we always have to take it to the captain anyway, correct?
Generally, that is what pirates would do, is report to the
Yep.
captain.
So again, just grab it, put it on the belt, and we'll take it to the captain after the.
You have the
trip.
pouch of the money, the key, and the sword on you right now.
As long as no one else disagrees with it, I'm just sticking them all on.
No.
belt.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
leave
that's
it
totally
in
cool.
the- you on the pressure
We'll
plate
take it
in
to
the corner.
captain.
Correct?
And she will mention, we'll take to captain later.
And you're leaving the idol on the pressure plate in the corner, correct?
Does the idol look valuable? Like, would we be able to get money out of it?
You're not sure. It's made out of volcanic stone. You do know that there are places that would pay for such things. It could be an
Yeah, because
artifact of some
volcanic stone
kind.
is a harder thing to get, I would think.
Yeah, it's not something,
Actually,
especially
what
in
I
this
think I do
around
is
here.
I'll have everyone kind of leave the room because obviously something happened with the pressure plate, right? And I don't have anything heavy. Well, actually, no. Would the skeleton be heavy enough to keep the pressure plate down?
Yeah, probably.
Do
What I'll
it.
do is I'll, Indiana Jones it, swap the statue for the skeleton, and yes, the statue is wrapped in cloth just in case. She's being very careful.
Fine, it's wrapped in cloth, and you pick it up, and you notice the pressure plate as well shift again when you pick it up. That's all. And then you put this skeleton back on, and it pushes it back down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And well, we'll take this to the captain as well, I think.
Okay, so as of right now, you guys are in this corridor. You know there is apes behind you, 100%. There's also this area, which you really haven't explored. And then there's this area, which we know is where you're looking down right now. And that is where we are going to end this particular episode, because we are dealing at 9:30 already. So we're half hour past our normal time. We will hopefully get to a little bit more. We could have had some interesting combat tonight, but the apes were chained and a captive audience.
Yo, with one hit, they did 12 damage. I'm not messing around with that.
Yeah, they are with their hits. If they land them, they're
I'm
pretty.
good.
They're pretty brutal when they land their hits for sure.
Jesus.
Yeah. So with that, guys, again, I want to thank everybody out there on Twitch as well as on YouTube for tuning in to our little story that we are working to complete and collaboratively telling, which, as many of you know, is like a Dungeons and Dragons thing. It's collaborative storytelling in a way. Where the DM will tell the primary backstory of the world and keep track of world events and so on, and then the party contributes their perspective on things and adventure and discover things, and the dice are used like fate because there's always a chance of random successes or failures or what have you, so it makes it interesting. That's what role playing is all about, and that's why we're here and hanging out with each other.
Definitely.
Unless your name is Rob, and then you that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go around the table again, and we're going to find out who the individuals were that were playing these wonderful cast of characters and troublemakers and hooligans, and well, I would say space hamsters, but we don't have any of those in this campaign. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
so either
Yeah.
way, we'll start with Tinkle.
I'm Patrick. I'm playing Tinkle, and I'm just out hanging out with my friends.
Excellent. That's what we're all doing. We're just hanging out with some friends. It's a good thing. And John.
I'm Rob. I play John. I'm here hanging out with my friends and chasing and trying.
You're in trouble. And then of course we got Nachfin.
I'm Garrett. I played Nachfin. You can no longer find me on Twitter, but you can find me on Instagram and the Hive app.
Yes.
Which is a new kind of social media platform. Very cool. Both are that D guy, all one word. That's where I am.
Excellent. And Whistler.
Hey, I'm Jack. I was playing Whistler. You can still see me at Twitter at Black Lantern Ace, and you can see me on the Discord either as Black Lantern Ace or one of our various my various characters, I should say, such as Whistler,
Etc.
etc.
You're gonna have to make a list and write them all down.
I was saying, make a script for yourself.
Yeah.
Zach the Goblin, Valve.
I was trying to remember Zach's name. That's what the problem was.
And Gabriele.
We even mentioned it today.
Lorelai, who's playing Gabriele. And you can find me on the Discord as Grego, or you can find me on Facebook as Lorelai Redfern. And I have a Twitch that is slowly coming to life. Dag Adventures.
Excellent. And Daksha.
My name is Naomi. Having fun playing games and things, trying to, make a living out of it. It's fun to try. But I'm around usually as Dag_Crystal or some variation of it.
Excellent. And me, I am Chris, aka Deacon Blues. I am the head of DeaconsTable. You can find me on any socials that I'm on still at DeaconsTable, and that would be Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Mastodon, Tribal Social. I'd be on Hive, but Hive is a Android and Apple iOS app only. They don't have a Windows platform yet, but when they do, I'll be on there as well. A lot of role players hang out there, so if you have a tablet or a phone, I would recommend doing that. If you're a little bit more tech savvy, I would try for Mastodon because that's a great decentralized platform as well, and a lot of role players from the community. Folks from D&D Beyond and so on have begun migrating somewhat over to there as well. So, keep that in mind. So it's the places to check out because, and we still have representation for some of our individuals on Twitter, just to keep our finger on some of the pulse that's still there. that it's going on. So our shows that you see streamed here every week. Again, we do our Southern Expanse Dungeons and Dragons stream. We do have our Thursday night Minecraft stream, which is New Beginnings from the VCraft SMP. And then I've been streaming pretty much every day or every other day now. Deacon Blues Casual Play on the Pure Modded SMP. Both of those are part of the VCraft server network, and that is a private network that, again, you can get invites to. There is a public server you can get access to for anybody, but the specific SMPs are invite only. So tune in for any of those shows, guys, that are out there. We're going to be doing some more. I know Naomi mentioned, some of us are trying to make a living doing this. Not necessarily out of the live stream thing. I mean, it'd be wonderful if we can, but at the same time, we are trying to work on actual content, game content that can possibly be printed and sold through Drive-Thru RPG, maybe even a Kickstarter campaign in the future. I know there's a couple of campaigns that are being worked on right now. This is actually one of them that's in the queue of production and development. So that is all part of it. So again, we really appreciate all your help and support. I am going to post up right now our Discord link. Please become part of the Discord community. Come hang out with us and say hi, and maybe do some role play if you're up for it, and or learn if you don't know how to play. There's someone there that can probably teach you. I've done a few new players over the past couple of years, so we can figure all that out as we move forward. And I really look forward to seeing you guys all again on Thursday night, and then of course in our campaign next week. And there's our Discord link. If you can do, I don't know if are you in both Twitch and YouTube right now, Naomi?
I think she's on the phone.
Yeah, hang on.
I wouldn't mind being on both Twitch and YouTube because I feel like that would be the best way to get both audiences.
Yeah, I was just saying if there's any way that you can do it.
The biggest thing that's kind of holding us back right now is trying to learn how to use the Streamlabs and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any way you can do a cut and paste of our Discord ad there for YouTube, because they don't see that when I do the Discord. And for those of you that are on YouTube and want to be more part of the active chat community, where we all watch on a regular basis or as much as we can, we are on Twitch. YouTube keeps record of our streams, and that's a good thing, as well as brings us to a different audience as well. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Not asking you to subscribe on Twitch. If you do, that's great. We appreciate the support. If you can do it, but if you're going to support as well, you can also do so through our Ko-Fi page for donations, and that's just ko-fi.com, and that's /DeaconsTable. So you can help out that way as well, and it always helps. So tune in next week, guys. We will be here with bells on. We will be taking a little bit of a hiatus come December for the holidays, maybe for a couple of weeks anyway, a little bit of a downtime. And other than that, guys, I look forward to this, and be excellent to one another, in the words of Bill and Ted. And then, of course, when you play games, like we all play games, make sure you are playing nice. See you later. Bye for now. I got to figure out the moderation. This is perfect. Yeah, it might be an idea if we can find somebody that's willing to commit to it. We do definitely, we got to find people that are willing to commit to the time, to do that. So even though it looks like YouTube caught whatever that person was spamming, I'm sitting here going, wait, I can see that on here. That means people are seeing it in the actual, but yeah, I go on YouTube and it wasn't there, which is cool. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think things were a little bit clunky at times. But again, it's learning. Right. Yeah. I think the whole point it's a little bit hard to keep track of. It's a matter of when there's a sitting initiative, like with that, when, and of course that things get changed around when you take orders and turns and stuff with marching orders and whatnot. And that makes sense. You have to kind of, the first person first does the first action. It's just as the person behind them or next in line, the biggest thing is to know you're next in line. So whenever they're done doing whatever it is they're doing, you can do whatever you want or say whatever you want and act at that point. And I'm still finding myself going back and saying, "Oh, so and so, what are you doing? So and so, what are you doing? It's your turn." Um, yeah, I think so too. Yep, by all means. Yeah, I agree. I think communicate, and that's one of the reasons why I put the sitting initiative in place in the first place. Because again, when there's people going, left, right, and center, all the time, and no one knows what the other person's doing or where they're at, it there are times when you're not going to know where the other individual is, whatever reason. But I think as out of character, as long as the person knows that, okay, that's what that person's doing, so I don't have to worry about them right now. They're doing their own thing, but I can now put my attention here on this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. So if people are online, next Tuesday a little bit earlier, we can talk at 6 o'clock, 6:15 or whatever. Or if we can meet throughout the week as well, we can do that. I mean, I don't. Now that winter's here, when there is snow and ice on the ground at all, I don't leave the house. I don't do it. I'm not comfortable with it. My anxiety flares up. I'm not able to do it. So we've had some snow here. I didn't leave the day of the snowfall, and I had appointments that I canceled. That's just the way it is. So I'm around. Well, hopefully you can get back to hopefully you'll be able to get back to that class. Yeah. All right. No problem, Gary. Yeah, no problem. Take it easy. Ciao. Weird. I wish. Yeah, they really need a new piece of software. Well, there's still 4 people sitting in there. It was probably just us. I'm gonna do a raid anyway, because we can, and let's do that, bronze girl. Yeah, I get that. Huh? Well, I guess that was stupid. They finished their thing. Oh well, that sucked. I don't think. Yeah, I can't rain anymore. I won't let.